Hello guys, welcome to M&K Reviews. It's Michael here, and today we're on a very interesting, sensitive, but a good topic to discuss, and that is sex before marriage. Sex before marriage. A lot of us have questions on this idea of sex before marriage. The Christian faith and some religious faith try to make it seem bad, and some of us also want to do it. We want to have sex before we marry. And so what is the big deal about sex before marriage? Why is it so much a big deal? And is there really a tangible reason to which we shouldn't involve ourselves in it? And that's why we are here today. So this issue of sex, okay? Sex is fun. Sex feels good. Let nobody tell you that sex doesn't feel good. Sex feels good. In fact, for me, it's one of the most pleasurable acts anybody can get into, and it's really cool. It's vibe. However, there are some untold truths about sex that we need to understand. Okay, sex is not just the penetration and the fun and pleasure of it. Sex is a sacred act that binds the two people involved. It binds you whether you know or you don't know, whether you like it or not. The very fact that you two are having sex with or without a condom is binding you two together. And how does this happen? It binds the flesh, okay, the body of the two involved. When somebody has sex with somebody, especially for the first time of your life, you two are involved in a certain kind of bond that even when your parents tell you that stay away from this person, is not good for you, because of the sex you have had before, you can't get separated easily like that. Okay, and for somebody you've been having repeated sex with, you two bind together so much in love, in unity. There is a level of acceptance and closeness that is built. For some people, the most intimate action anybody can get into is sex. It binds you physically. Now it binds you in the soul. And the soul here talks about the mind and your emotions. When two people are involved in sex, your emotions are bound together. If the person has gloomy spirit, not spirit as in a demon spirit, no, but like a gloomy state of emotion, a depressed state of emotion, when you have sex with a person, you will begin to feel it. If you don't feel it instantly, you will feel it with time. And for people who are involved in sex, they know if the person has this mood swings, this crazy emotional state, you feel it. And if the person has high positive state, you will really feel it. Now, the very strange part is the spiritual binding, because when two people are involved in sex, it is not just the intercourse. Like I said, your spirits are bound together. Now you'll be like, how does this happen? I don't see anything. Yeah, you don't have to see it. A lot of spiritual things we don't see with our eyes. But if you are somebody who probably dream or something, you might see yourself continuously having sex with strange people. Before I even continue with the spiritual states of sex, know that this: for the first time any lady has sex, there is spilling of blood from her. And for guys, it's constantly there. Anytime we have sex, there is spilling of blood. Even when it is not a lady's first time, the fluids are all blood. And this blood that we spill together, it is nothing different from what people do when they cut their thumb or they cut their blood together in the form of building a covenant. Sex does the same thing to you, and this covenant is always an agreement that is fulfilled at all times. It is a spiritual agreement, and it's a spiritual bondedness that builds you two together. So when you have sex with somebody, your spirits are bind together. Now, what does that even, what, and so what? Like somebody be like, and so what? If our spirits are bind together, so what? Now this, so what? When the person is having a dark spirit, let's say witchcraft, which I'm not lying about it, somebody has witchcraft or a demonic spirit, or somebody is in some form of cult where his spirit is in that dark state, you wouldn't know. But when you have sex with a person, you get yourself into that same dark state. And I won't even be too biblical here. When the person has demons in him or her, those demons get transferred to you. These acts are not just an act. That's why we don't have it just with anybody and one particular person. All right, it binds you spiritually, and when there is transfer of spirit, you know, for somebody who is a Christian and a prayerful person, which is a very close person of mine, getting involved in sex one time, the guy told me that he has never been able to pray like he used to, and he feels some part of him is lost. You will come down to a darker level if you involve with somebody in a very dark state. Okay, now this is why Christians and God says this, and even some good religious faith say that if you want to get into this deep level with somebody, this intimate level with somebody, which is even closer than your blood family, then there is it. Let us join you two in a physical agreement, okay, in a holy matrimony where we bind you as husband and wife. You have accepted each other, and you have accepted to live with each other for life, okay. You've accepted the person totally, physically, and as the person is. And in that state, when you two decide to have sex 1,000 times a day, it is up to you and it's your own body. Do you get me? Now, this is another reason why sex before marriage is a thing. Let me use this example. If you want to buy a shoe or a dress from a boutique, okay, and the boutique owner or the dress seller tells you this: take this dress, I am giving it to you to wear it for free, okay, wear it as long as you want to wear it, as long as go to any event with it for any number of years or whatever. And when you still feel like I still want to buy it, come and buy. If you don't want to buy it, you are free to return it after, let's say, 3 years of wearing it. I don't think any of us watching this will still, after all these years of wearing this dress, go and pay an expensive amount for that dress we've used all our time, okay? And this is how sex before marriage is like. A lot of people give themselves out to sex or for sex with the hope that he will love me more or she will love me more, we will stay together, we have a future, we have planned to marry, and so let's have sex. Now let me tell you the truth. If somebody has access to you that easily, the value they put on you, which is the value you might put on that boutique dress, comes down to probably zero. And for them to pay expensively to make you theirs, you hardly get it. It doesn't happen. And so sex before marriage, which a lot of us go into, does not guarantee marriage, okay? And it doesn't guarantee the person will stay with you for the rest of your life. You lose a lot of respect and a lot of trust. Even if you should marry the person will be like, prior to our marriage, we used to have sex, which means you are a person with that pension to be having sex with people you are not married to, and there is a lot of mistrust even after you guys get married. And so this and many other reasons are why we say people getting into sex before marriage should consider it very carefully. Okay, it's a thing, it's a real thing, and people have invested in people have given themselves to people have taken a lot of contraceptives which have even damaged their womb for people because they had sex with them and they hope they will get them in marriage, but it didn't go that way. I know that me telling you all this wouldn't automatically mean you stay away from sex. Okay, maybe it might change your mind a little, but if you really want to get out of a sexual relationship you are in, it's only God that can help you, because it's very addictive and you can't stop easily. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope subscribe to the channel, like this video and share it to bless somebody.